Shalom YouTube, it'll Mr. back in with the video. Come back on real quick, give everybody an update on this our situation. As you can see, we got sun out now, and our roads are looking pretty clear. We can actually drive on them now. And keeping it real, I believe everybody in Houston underestimated this storm, or we received bad information, one of the two. So, but anyway, I don't think a lot of people were prepared for this storm. We were pretty much always prepared, but we got even the more so prepared once, I don't know if it was like maybe Thursday or Friday last week, 5th day, 6th day, we started noticing about the storm coming this way. And the weird thing was that we really didn't hear anything about it all week, through the week, which was kind of strange to me. At least or maybe we weren't paying attention, I'm not sure, but it seems that nobody was talking about this storm coming this way until late in the week. My job didn't even say anything, and usually they're the first ones to speak on something like this. So this is kind of where we're at, but all is well in the land of the living, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, now we can drive, you know, around and whatnot, but before we actually wasn't. If you look here at our driveway, water actually filled up this whole driveway into the garage, and here at the front door, it got up to the foundation of the home right below the door, and it had about 2 or 3 inches left to go, and we were going to be underwater, at least inside the first floor of the home. But even if it did get into the home, we wasn't going to go anywhere. We were going to stay put. I personally believe and feel that we shouldn't have to. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm dependent on the government. I don't want to be in a situation where I can't look after my family on my own and things of that nature. You know, I don't want to be sitting next to, I don't want to have to lay in a cot next to some stranger that I feel like, and I can't close my eyes because I don't know if they're gonna snatch something from me. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, my mindset on a shelter in place or something of that nature comes from Katrina back in 2005. They brought a lot of people from Katrina to the Astrodome, and there was a lot of crap going on. I mean, it was like unsupervised shelter in place in the Astrodome. It was pretty bad. It was pretty rough, and people from what I remember were raped. Women, people were beat up. A lot of people stole. It was just bad. So, mind you, I don't know what it's like at NRG. I don't know what it's like at Georgia Brown Convention Center. I don't know what it's like, you know, get bused to Dallas. But if I can stay where I'm at in my own home, where I'm comfortable, where I got my own food, my own water, my gas, my generator, and things of that nature, and you know, I'd rather have that. I'd rather be in that situation than be in some shelter in place. So even if it did come in there, we were gonna stay put. And we got 2-story homes, so we would have just went upstairs. But we wasn't able to drive. The water receded very quickly. I'm talking about within a day and a half, the water receded. So I got my days mixed up, but yesterday morning for sure, when we woke up, the water was gone. The day before that, so yesterday morning, today's what, Thursday, 5th day, so Tuesday. Yeah, so Monday night, I would say, we had 2 or 3 inches left to go to made in the house, and it stopped. All of a sudden, just stopped. Then the flood waters began to slowly recede all through the night, through Tuesday, and then by the end of Tuesday, we were starting to see the road clear up, and then our whole front yard had receded out of the front yard. We had 2 cars underwater. We got them both running. We cranked them up. We started all of them. We changed the oil in one of them. We pulled seats out. We pulled the matting out. I mean, right now we're out early in the morning airing them out right now. But anyway, so we woke up Wednesday morning and the roads were clear. And we got on the road. We went to the grocery store. Waited about an hour to get inside. But me and another brother went, and shoot, we got hundreds of dollars of groceries. But mind you, we didn't need to, but it was best that we did it. We were more than, I mean, we could have went without grocery shopping, but I figured that, hey, you know, why use up our stash when we can go get more? So that's what I did, you know what I'm saying? And We got more than enough. The women and children are eating as if it was a normal day. We got gas, so we're able to heat and cook and things of that nature throughout the day. Shoot, the sisters even break brownies and cookies the other day. So I mean, it's very normal. And we still got a Berkey. We still got 2 Berkeys, so we're still filtering water because our water's on. I hadn't even touched our bottled water. So I mean, we're doing very, very well. I think in the city of Houston, they were in 6 figures as far as people without power. I think it was a few days ago, I know they said it was around about 120,000 people without power. It got down to about 90,000, and I think as of last night or this morning, it's gotten down to about 50,000 without power. We are still without power, but like I said, we got a generator, and we got plenty of gas, a lot of gas. I mean, we got gas to last us till I don't know when. But gas stations are not open, so a few at least, and we made it to one yesterday, and we refilled some of our gas cans. And as long as we've been without power, it's almost been a week since the storm had hit, made landfall, and we used maybe 6.5 gallons. So, and we got well over that. So we're good, things are well, and you know, we're just going without power right now. I still can't get to my job, but you know, I'm really not trying to go in anyway, with my family in this type of situation. So it is what it is. But that's pretty much the update. Oh, one more last thing. They had this Arkema explosion. Everybody, you know, that isn't here is texting me about the Arkema explosion. I'll put it like this: if a plant out here explodes, we all going up. There's no plant exploding. If a plant, if Exxon explodes, if Arkema explodes, if one of these plants explode, it's gonna be damaged. You're gonna have to be miles outside of the radius of that plant that exploded in order not to be affected. So, from my understanding, what's going on over there right now, it seems that there's a fire. Is what there seems to be. And a lot of times when something goes awry, I mean, they have something called going to flare in plants. Me and my brother worked in plants most of our lives out here. You know, we're not the experts by no stretch of the imagination. But one thing I will say is that anytime something tends to go wrong or bad in a plant, and the unit is being shut down for some reason, they go to flare, meaning they burn it. They burn the chemicals. So I'm not saying that's what they're doing, because they're not even there. They're miles away from the plant because they can't get there because the plant's flooding, from my understanding. And but there's a fire there, so it hasn't exploded. If it exploded, it would be much worse. It'd be much worse. So now for the people who are within a mile and a half or so of that plant, maybe they have something to worry about. But as far as us, you know, nah, we're probably about 15 miles away or so, maybe more from that plant. So we're good on that end. But we're at peace. We're just waiting for the power to come back on. And once the power come back on, man, we'll be a lot more at ease. We can kind of get a little bit more back to normal, and just kind of get back to business as usual. I think people on the west side of Houston are really, I think they're feeling the most pain and hurt, and maybe on the south side, and the surrounding areas, and the west side and surrounding areas of Houston are the ones seem to be the most hit by this storm. And some of our highways are over. Really, it's hard to even get out of Houston because of floodwaters. But there are, I think 290 opened up, so you can get to Austin. I think you can go towards, if you're far enough out on the west side, you can get to San Antonio. I think we can go to Dallas now. I think from what I've seen on the news this morning, going towards Louisiana, you can forget it. Going south, probably would do that anyway. But I think going south is clear in some paths, so you can take some back roads, find a way, but you can get there. So yeah, so I think there is beginning to be a way for us to get out of here, I think. But once again, we're really not trying to go anywhere. So, you know, we're good. We're really not worried about getting out of here. Now, if this broad Irma turns into something and it even comes into the Gulf, we leaving. I'm not gonna go through this again. We'll see what happens. So Irma is another storm that seems to be hitting towards the Gulf, and that's actually forming into a hurricane right now. and so that should be very interesting. So, but once again, we wasn't expecting this at all. Underestimated or not, even if it did come, I mean, I can't remember this much damage being done during Ike. Now, Ike did cause a lot of damage. Abigail, get off, get down. But even with Ike, when Ike came through in 08, it did some damage, but it didn't do nowhere near as much damage as far as this flooding went at all. Rita didn't do anything. We just ran because Katrina. You know, we seen it with Katrina in New Orleans. So when Rita came right after that, you know, everybody was just afraid and left, and it caused more damage than good. So, but anyway, we're good. I hope y'all encouraged, man. We're encouraged. We're eating hot meals every day, 3 hot meals a day. You know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what we're eating with the amount of people we have in the house. I mean, we got, I think, about 5 men consistently, 5-6 men consistently in the house, and then we got about 8 women and about 6 children in one home, and we're doing fine. We're doing all right. So y'all keep us lifted up. So far so good. I say hallelujah to that, and bless y'all. Shalom.